I'm joined by National Conference spokesperson Imran Nabi Dar, who will talk about today's incident. Chief Minister Omar Abdullah went to the graveyard where 22 people are buried who fought the Dogra rule in 1931. He would brief us about today's incident. The Chief Minister climbed the wall and offered tributes to the 22 people who were killed during the Dogra rule in 1931. So Imran Saab, Omar Saab went there. So like yesterday there was, there were curbs in that area, and today he went there and he paid the tributes. So how significant is it, and what does it mean?
See, if you go into the history of Jammu Kashmir, you would understand how important July 13 is for the present, the Jammu Kashmir that we see. We, as an entity and as a bloc, came into existence because of these martyrs. If they would not have started that fight against a regime which was very oppressive, then probably we would not have been in such a situation where we could have made our own destiny. Now coming back to paying tributes, I mean, this has been going on for decades altogether. It is not a new thing. I don't understand what irritation does the BJP have with these martyrs, that they stopped yesterday was the day when the leadership was supposed to go to the gravesite and offer their tributes to the fallen heroes. We would just go and offer Fatiha like a normal, uh, like we used to do. There was no congregation, there were no function, there was no such thing as a political function which could have, as per their understanding, disturbed law and order. It was very silly of them to put restrictions yesterday. So today, when there were no restrictions and clearly there were no orders, Umar Saab didn't break any rule. When he just went there to offer his tributes to the fallen heroes, as he has been doing all along, as National Conference has been doing all along. So he went ahead, and unfortunately, he was stopped, and there was no order of restriction. Government had not issued. There was no restriction order today. So it was bizarre that Umar Saab was stopped. He was physically manhandled also by some officers, which is clearly visible from the videos that are there right now being circulated on social media. It is very unfortunate the way Jammu Kashmir police behaved today, because he didn't, obviously he and his council of ministers along with honorable MLAs, they didn't break any law. They just went to the Mazar Shohda to offer tributes, and they were forced to climb over the wall, because the door towards Mazar Shoda was closed. It was very unfortunate. In spite of that, all our ministers, including the Honorable Chief Minister, offered and recited Fatiha at the gravesite of 22 Shahadas.
Before this incident, the police issued an advisory. A day before this incident, police issued an advisory that all those people who go there will face the law. That was for yesterday.
That was for yesterday, not for today.
That was for yesterday. So yesterday, Chief Minister's residence was also sort of sealed. He was not allowed yesterday as well, and that advisory, the people could not go on their own, and so they could have been difficulties for the people.
No, it was
moving
not
around.
only for people. I mean, government, the machinery, the LG machinery, which handles law and order problem, and the police, who reports to LG administration, in fact, stopped our leaders from moving out of their houses. Many honorable MLAs and our senior party functionaries were under house arrest yesterday for the whole day. In fact, Honorable Chief Minister Umar Saab, who came down from Delhi, and he reached his residence in the evening. As soon as he entered his house, immediately there was a J&K police column which came out, and they put a lock outside his residence. So he was also under house arrest in the evening, and I think till late night, I think by 1, a.m. The police party had left his place. So obviously today there was no restriction, there were no orders. In spite of that, the administration tried to stop Umar Saab reaching the gravesite, which is clearly necessary, which was not necessary to stop him. And Umar Saab didn't break any law. I mean, there was no restriction orders from the DC or from any authority.
So why do you think the BJP did it? Because they're saying that everything is normal, and then people have been allowed previously to take out processions, which was on the occasion of the
I think
Muharram.
BJP, you need to ask this question to BJP people. They go around the world telling everybody that we have absolute normalcy in Kashmir. It is not about offering tributes to these martyrs. They even stopped Mirwaiz Umar Farooq to go to Jamia Masjid on Friday also. He was barred from going to Jamia Masjid. So I don't understand what logic do they have when they put such kind of restrictions. On the contrary, when they are asked about the situation in Kashmir, they say everything is normal, honky dory. But then they contradict themselves. Their own actions are contradictory. So we are also perplexed. We also need to know what exactly is going on.
So the BJP says, like, if you ask them, they say that this is part of a separatist narrative. This is the promotion of the separatist narrative. In fact, they issued a statement immediately after Umar Saab went there. He offered the tributes there. They issued a statement.
How is it a separatist narrative?
They issued that this is
How is this a separatist narrative? Offering prayers for those who fought against tyranny, who fought against a system, when the whole of country was fighting against the British rule. The Rajas here in Jammu and Kashmir, who were behind them? It was the British. So we were actually, people rose up against the British. When in other parts of the country, the normal Indians, an ordinary Indian, rose against the British. So it was okay. But if a Muslim peasant, if Muslims rose against then autocratic rulers, they consider it separatism. I don't understand. BJP needs to make understand what separatism is. I don't think they understand what separatism is. So they are just making statements for the heck of it, just to create sensation out of this. It is a simple remembrance that we have been doing for ages altogether. It is not a new thing. Even when BJP was in alliance with PDP, their own government, they also went to these to the graveyard, and the government itself offered tributes. That time it was not problem. Now it is problem. Only BJP can answer this.
So right now the problem, do you think, is because the police administration lies with the lieutenant governor, and there is a dual control structure? So the question arises that when will J&K get the statehood? Are you planning to knock at the Supreme Court or going to the Supreme
No,
Court?
the party will take a final call. What our next step will be. We are hopeful that the government of India will table the statehood bill in the next parliament session, which is about to begin in August, if I am not wrong. So let us wait, and if whatever actions will have to be taken, the party leadership will take the final call, and we'll brief the media about it.